This is an orthokeratology case where the patient is a slightly higher myope at about 5.5 diopters. And after the first day of wear, we're getting pretty good reduction in myopia, but some central SPK. And so the question is whether this patient might be overtreated. Here we have the pre and post-wear topographies, and everything looks pretty straightforward. Um, I did notice that patient looks like there's some, with the rule, astigmatism at the cornea, but the refraction is mostly spherical, and so that would lead me to guess that there's some internal cylinder going on, and if you click the over-refraction button, then Wade also predicts that the patient will have about a diopter of uncorrected astigmatism against the rule once the corneal cylinder is molded out. Now, the corneal cylinder won't be molded out completely most of the time, so I think the patient will probably have some residual against the rule astigmatism, but I don't think it'll be enough to make a large visual impact, but maybe it's good to mention to the patient just so that there aren't any surprises later on. Also, if the acuity just doesn't seem to be correctable at 20/20, maybe throw in a little bit of cylinder axis 90 to see if that helps. So as far as overcorrection, I would guess that the patient is not going to be overcorrected. A little bit of central staining after one day of wear is pretty normal, especially if you do your one-day visits like I do, which is early in the morning, very shortly after lenses are removed, or possibly the lenses are not removed until the patient is at the office. Then central staining is very, very common. We don't want it to be confluent. Also, I think you mentioned there is some dimple veiling. So it sounds to me like what you're observing is very soon after lens removal, and as long as those signs are mostly gone after 2 hours, I think the patient will be fine. As far as base curve goes, I think it's fine. Maybe I would probably even go a little bit flatter, and so I would expect this patient would be a little bit undercorrected over time, but if the patient molds really well with this lens, I would just continue with it. If the SBK is confluent in the morning, it's all connected together, it's patchy instead of individual punctate lesions, or if it's persistent after 2 hours, then I would try to get this lens off of the central cornea a little bit, not necessarily by steepening the base curve, but increasing the sagittal depth of the lens. So just clicking down here, for example, right now we're at about 3.2 microns. I would increase that by maybe 5 to 7, and maybe give ourselves a final target of about 10 microns in 100% mode. I'm getting close. So what it does is it lifts the center of the lens away from the cornea, a little bit less bearing, but we're maintaining the same base curve relationship to hopefully retain the same amount of treatment we're getting. Again, if that SPK disappears after a couple hours, I wouldn't worry about it. This initial lens looks like it should work pretty well for this patient. So hope this is helpful, and best of luck with your patient. Thanks for watching.